Oh yeah, let's get this shit, Rachel. Good morning, roll gang.
And welcome on in to this episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake.
Let's go. Happy 4th of July, the 5th of July. It is International Hangover Day here on the Weekday Wake and Bake. And you know that we are not hungover. We did not drink last night, did we?
Not at all.
We probably should have.
It depends.
What did we do last night, Rachel?
We went to the strip. You got a really cool tip from work. It was wristbands, party pass. You were able to skip the line, be VIP or whatever.
Shout out my custy.
Yeah, shout out to the customer. That was so sweet. The only problem is that everybody had one of those passes, so the lines were super long, or the club wasn't even open. So
we went to one club that was closed. That was really fun. And then the other club we tried, there was a massive line still. And you know your hosts of the Wake and Bake are not real clubbers, are we, Rach?
Yeah, no, I think at least my drinking, clubbing, partying days are behind me for the most part. It's not a regular thing anymore. It's not like every week.
It's kind of draining.
Yeah, it's very exhausting, very draining, and there's other ways I personally would want to spend my time. There's nothing wrong with it, everyone enjoys it. Well, not
to each their own.
Yeah, but for me, at least right now, it's just not my most favorite thing to do, and I'm not biting at the bits to go.
Nah. But so we didn't really get to go, but we had a really fun 4th of July. Would absolutely love to know what all the roll gangsters did for their 4th of July. I hope you all popped off some absolute fireworks this week. So excited to be back live with a Stony Sports Report episode of the show. We've got the latest and greatest in sports news, and honestly, it's a legendary one. This week coming up's got some lit events. How about it?
Oh yeah, this week in sports, we've got a lot of things going on. International Fight Week for the UFC
here in Las Vegas.
There's a bunch of meet and greets all over the place with some fighters and stuff, which is really cool. I know there's one happening at Planet 13, so if you are in the Las Vegas area and want an opportunity to meet some of the UFC fighters during the International Fight Week, you can head on over there. What day? Saturday, you said? Saturday?
So I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to get confirmation on that. Saturday is fight day.
Yeah, they're definitely not doing a meet and greet on Saturday.
They could be. None of them are fighting on Saturday.
Oh,
so
well then maybe. We'll just go look over at Planet 13's Instagram, their story. I'm sure they'll make a post about it or something. So head on over there. And then we also have Formula 1 in Silverstone happening this weekend. Another exciting matchup for all of the racers in Formula 1. And then, of course, one of the most famous tennis tournaments.
The number one tournament where you hit balls with a racket.
When you chase those little fuzzy balls throughout the air and whack them back and forth. That is happening this week. We've got Wimbledon.
Yeah, they're doing it on the lawn.
Yeah, the grass ones. So it's funny to watch some of them slip all the time. Some of the best are still ending up on the ground. So,
crazy.
It's just humbling.
Yeah, it is. I'm super excited to get on into these sports stories we got pumping this morning and smoking this joint. But before we get on into it, gotta give a shout out to those that make this show possible. Do you know what the fuck's going on with all those sponsors?
Of course. So as usual, shout out to the sponsors of the show. We have Oakstrom University, the first ever cannabis college. Great place to go get your cannabis knowledge if you're looking to join the industry. You can use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off of your tuition. And then, of course, the handy dandy cannabis multi-tool, the Rolling Spoon, helps you roll a dime every time. Damn straight. Just like today.
Yeah, got our dime rolled already. I was super efficient with my roll time. I just kind of got it going, but super fucking excited to dive face first into these sports report episodes, brought to you proudly by the Rolling Spoon and the Harvard of the cannabis industry, Oaksterdam University. Don't forget about that promo code, right?
Rolling Spoon, one word, for 10% off.
10% off your cannabis education over at Oaksterdam University. So what do you want to talk about first? Which sport?
We are going to talk about Wimbledon first.
Let's go. We just got it off the TV. Rachel and I have a $4,000 parlay still alive. Oh!
And for those of you who don't know, no, we did not gamble $4,000. That means he put $5 down, and if everything goes according to plan, we'll get about $4,000, which there's 15 different ones we bet on for that.
Yep,
so.
15 legger, but we hit 3 already.
Yeah, but there's
12 legs left.
More. Yeah, so.
That's 20%.
Yeah, but still, fingers crossed. We'll see.
We
That'll
will
be a
see.
Nice little Sephora run or something.
Definitely would be a hell of a Sephora run.
All right, so we'll just move into the first story, and it's coming from Wimbledon. So the first round is in the books, and top Americans are through. The number 9 and 10 seeds, Taylor Fritz and Frances Tiafoe, are onward to round 2.
Yeah, so Taylor Fritz and Frances Tiafoe, 2 top 10 seeds, are both American. And Americans have not won a major for literally, I think, since Chrissy Evert, like probably 30-some years ago. You know what I mean?
It's been a really long time.
Yeah. And we got 2 still remaining, our 2 top teners. Taylor Fritz was challenged in a 5-set banger. Had to go 5 sets to get out of the first round, Taylor Fritz. But Frances Tiafoe with a dominant win, and the Americans are still alive in London for the Wimbledon Lawn Tennis Championships.
And it's exciting, so good for them. We will be rooting for them throughout the whole entire tournament.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you rooting for them or Carlos Alcaraz?
I really like Carlos. I mean, I think he's young, and this
so
is a
charismatic
huge time in his life. Yeah, but I also think too, because like he is so young, he's gonna have plenty of time. You know, like, I mean, I don't know. He's gonna eventually win at some point with how well he's doing. I just really like Frances Tiafoe. I love the heart that he brings to the game and his personality that shines through. I remember watching him last year and really, really liking him. So I'm kind of rooting for him, but I mean, we know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really great players playing in this tournament, and you legitimately have no idea how it's going to end. You can have your guesses for it, but all it takes is one injury, one twisted ankle, and your top
I know
person's
how it's
down
going to
or
end.
something. Well, keep it to yourself.
It's Novak Djokovic versus Carlos Alcaraz in the final coming up. And I'm really rooting mostly against Novak, because if Novak wins it, he ties Roger Federer for the most ever Wimbledon championships. And I don't want Roger Federer to be tied. I want him to have some more time as the most championships at Wimbledon.
He just retired.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be so sad if you just retired and then boom,
your record's gone.
Anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just crazy. How old is Novak?
Like 36.
So he's basically playing a teenager on the most sought after, well-known tennis court in the world. Like, that's crazy if you think about it.
Literally.
Shout out from the little Bert from the birthday boy. It's Vinny's birthday today.
Major shout out Vinny.
He is 6 years old and as cute as ever.
Yep.
But, okay, you want to move into the next story?
Yeah.
We are going to move into F1. Ooh.
Yeah, right
Bless
down the
you.
road.
Yeah, so the longest tradition in F1 is down the road from Wimbledon at Silverstone. Can Carlos Sainz and Ferrari defend last year's victory and snap Max Verstappen's and Red Bull season sweep? So Max Verstappen is 5 games in a row, number 1.
5
And
races. He won
that's what I
5
meant.
races in
That's
a
what I
row.
meant. 5 races in a row. So
And there's 20 drivers. There's 20 competitors, and he's won 5 in a row. How much more dominant can a sport be? Not
We'll
much
see.
more.
The way to be that dominant, the most dominant, is win every single race for the whole season.
Which is what Red Bull has been doing. There's been 7 races, 8 races. Max Verstappen's won 6, including 5 in a row. And his teammate with Red Bull, Checo Perez, won the other 2. So Red Bull has swept the season so far, but last year's Silverstone champion, Carlos Sainz, definitely going to be hungry to defend his title. And Ferrari definitely wants to get their first win of the season.
Yeah, Ferrari, I mean, it seems like from previous years they've typically been on the podium at the top at least once already throughout the season. So they're definitely going to be hungry for it. And being Carlos, you would definitely want to defend that title. So
Yeah.
we will be watching and rooting. And it's cool that it's just right down the road from...
Yeah, it's literally British sports season. Wimbledon is right down the road from Silverstone. It's a 16-minute drive. I looked it up on Google Maps because I would love to go to them both back to back one day. And yeah, shout out to hopefully Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc can pull a victory for Ferrari, because if anyone's going to take down Red Bull, it's going to be Ferrari. Or Fernando Alonso's having an unbelievable comeback season.
He is, but I also don't want to lose hope in Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes.
Yeah.
I mean...
Their cars are just not it this year.
It's just crazy how their cars aren't better.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know how
They
to
were
describe
dominant
it.
for so long, and now they
how is
suck.
Red Bull, an energy drink, being a luxury car brand?
Yeah. That's actually good. That's a good point. Yeah.
Red Bull gives you wings, I guess. Wings and rings. And wins.
Wings and rings. That's a good one. Hell yeah, we got one last news story for y'all to go over before we hop into our day, but really wanted to ask the Roll Gangsters one question. What is it that you guys have been watching recently? We've been watching the Wimbledon Championships every morning and found this new game show. Rachel's been watching a good bit of Deal or No Deal, but would love to know what everybody on the gram and all the streaming platforms are watching recently. We got Cali 420 Love, Mercedington, and Falcon _Maine. Rob Hine in the building. Absolutely love to see y'all. Shout out to the whole squad. Would love to know what you guys have been watching recently. Lots of really good shows and sports recently. So, been watching Queen's Gambit. Fuck yeah, Celso. Falcon _Maine. Queen's Gambit's one of the best shows that I've seen.
I wish I could experience it for the first time again.
Yeah, watching it for the first time
it's
again.
So good.
It
One of
is.
my favorites.
Yep. Yeah, a really good show about a woman that's unbelievable at chess, because that shit is a brain fuck.
Tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
What's the last story we got to go over before we hop into our into our Can of News Thursday?
Well, we have the UFC fight week this weekend, and we have 2 belt fights. One fight including Bo Nickel.
Let's go.
One of Samuel's favorite fighters.
Yeah, local legend. We basically went to school in State College, And Bo Nickel is the best wrestler in college wrestling history. He went to the college wrestling finals in his freshman year, and that was the only time he lost his entire collegiate career. He won 3 national championships with Penn State, going undefeated his sophomore, junior, and senior years. And the only fight he ever lost was his freshman year national championship. And fast forward 7 years into the future, Bo Nickel is in the UFC. He's 3-0 so far, has not gone out of the first round, not even the second minute, I don't think. And just absolutely annihilating every opponent that has been put in his way so far. It's been so fun to watch. The dude just legitimately never loses. And super cool that he begun his trek of greatness right where we started our very own humble beginnings.
Very true.
Yeah. So Bo Nickel Fight Night coming up on Saturday. Cannot wait to watch International Fight Week. Got 2 belt fights lined up. We got Alexander Volkanovski defending his 145 belt, one of the most dominant champions in the game. And then new 125 champion, really little dude, Brandon Moreno, is 0-2 against the challenger, Alexandre Pantoja. So we're going to see if Moreno can get his first ever win against Pantoja and defend his title. Isn't that crazy?
Very crazy.
Normally the belt holder has the wins, but his challenger has beaten him twice.
That's some tea.
Definitely some tea.
It's exciting. It's going to be a really interesting fight week. A lot of testosterone going around in Las Vegas for sure.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I'm just cheesing at my beautiful co-host this morning. So glad to have Rachel back on the show. I am your Processor Sky, and this has been an awesome episode of the Stony Sports Report. Shout out to all the Roll Gangsters tuning in, and we will be back tomorrow, right?
We'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. for some Canna News Thursday. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you then.
Mwah.
See ya.
Later, Roll Gang.